Hello, Nursing 404 students. My name is Dr. Amy Piantek, and I'm going to be your faculty for the next 8 weeks of this summer semester. So this course is Diversity Healthcare Delivery, and I figured what we would do today is go through the column on your left-hand margin, particularly paying attention to the Start Here tab, and the Announcement tab, the Faculty tab, the Syllabus, Rubrics, and Assignment Schedule tab, the Modules, and finally Discussion Board and My Grades. So you are accessing this video through the Start Here tab, and another part of the Start Here is a Flipgrid tutorial. So in the introductions that I would like for everyone to share with their colleagues, you're going to do this not by writing in the discussion board, but actually creating a Flipgrid video. So with the Flipgrid video, you have 90 seconds, which isn't a whole lot of time, but 90 seconds to introduce yourself and maybe throw in something that makes you smile. This could be your family, it could be your work life, it could be maybe you like to cook, something that just you really like to do that makes you smile. So there is a very brief tutorial here in the Start Here tab. It says Flipgrid tutorial. You just simply click on the YouTube link here and watch. It's about a 2.5–3 minute video. If you have questions after watching the video about how to post Flipgrid, you can always email or call me. So the Announcements tab is here, and it says in my screen, no announcements found, but that will change. I will be creating an announcement just as soon as I'm going to launch this course. So you will see an announcement in the Announcements tab. Now every week I will be posting an announcement. This announcement will basically give you information for the upcoming week, such as assignments that are going to be due. It will also give you information about assignments that are coming up later on in the course that perhaps you need to work on earlier than just the final week when it's due. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the course. So make sure that you check the announcements each time you log into the course to see if there are any new announcements. I do typically send a notification through your McKendry email that an announcement is available. Oftentimes my announcements are video recordings, but you will not necessarily be able to access the video recording using your smartphone. You will actually have to go into Blackboard and access the recording in the Announcements tab. The next tab in the left-hand margin is the Faculty tab, and this will bring you to my contact information. So you can either email me. I usually respond within 24 to 48 hours to an email. My work phone number is here. I do have my work phone number call forwarded to my cell phone. So if it's something that you need immediate feedback and an email will not be sufficient, you can give me a call. Please make sure that you leave a message. A lot of times when students call, it will come up with their phone number, which I don't really know everybody's phone number for this course. So oftentimes, if I'm in a meeting or if I'm in the car and I can't answer your number, you will need to leave a voicemail message with your name and a return number, so that way I can get back to you when I'm able to. My office is located on campus at 701 College Road in the Division of Nursing building. Because it's during the summer, I might only be in the office a couple of days a week. But if you want to meet face-to-face, we can certainly pick a day and a time that works for you, and I can meet you either in the office, or if you live remotely and you can't get to the Lebanon campus, we can meet face-to-face through Zoom. I'll create a Zoom link, and if you've never done Zoom, I will kind of walk you through the process. So office hours are not mandatory, but it's just an opportunity that if you have a question that might be better to ask in sort of a face-to-face conversation opposed to an email, for example, we do have that opportunity available. So going next to the Syllabus, Rubrics, and Assignment tab, this is the link for the syllabus. So I ask that you click on that and read through the syllabus. There is a section in there that is specific for this course. if you notice, a lot of our syllabi in the nursing program read about the same up through page 4, and then it gets a little bit more specific to the course once you get to the evaluation methods, because everyone's assignments are different. So please pay attention to the evaluation methods that are going to be used for this course and the point value for each of those assignments. The next item is the schedule. So if you click on that, it'll bring you a list of modules for the next 8 weeks, what we're going to be doing, and what activities or assignments will be due during that week. So just to note, my assignments are pretty much always due on Sundays, if that helps. And our discussion board will actually begin on Monday and end on Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Central Time. For the discussion board, the initial posts are always going to be due Thursday by 11:59 p.m. Central Time. And then 2 response posts are going to be due by the Sunday of that week by 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So please make sure, so you get the full amount of points for the deadline, that you post your initial post by Thursday and that you have 2 response posted by Sunday then. A lot of times students will try to sneak in that initial post and the response post all on the same day, like on Friday or Saturday, and unfortunately they get back the points for not having the initial post in by Thursday. So the rubrics, if you click on here, there are 2 rubrics that I have posted. The first is the discussion board rubric. This is how I grade each week of your discussion board. And then the vulnerable population paper rubric. This is a paper that is going to be due at the end of the course, but I do recommend you starting this paper about week 3 because it is a lengthy signature assignment for the course. It can take a little bit of while to research and to generate your paper and the resources that go along with supporting your paper. So like I said, I would start really thinking about this about week 3 when to start this paper. So you have plenty of time then. The other assignments that I have throughout this course are more like reflection papers. So they don't necessarily have a rubric that goes along with it. There are certain questions throughout the assignments that, as long as you're answering those questions, you're going to receive the points. And just follow the instructions for each of those assignments each week in every module, and you'll do just fine. And of course, if you have questions, you can always email me or call me. So then going back to the syllabus rubrics and assignment schedule tab, I do have a little section here on how to succeed in this course, just a bullet point of some recommendations, and then this is how the points are allocated for this course. So you can take a look at that. This will also be reflective in the syllabus. My grading policy or late work policy. So what my grading policy is that I will return to you graded work within 1 week of the due date. This is not to be confused with a week of the time that you submitted. I know a lot of you like to work ahead, and that's great. But there, on the faculty side of it, there's a certain process that we go through in terms of grading specific assignments in a specific amount of time. So it will be back to you within 1 week of the due date for that assignment. Now, late work. I know all of you are very busy, and I certainly understand that many of you have to work mandatory overtime. You have a lot of responsibilities at home and work. So if you know that you're not going to be able to finish an assignment and have it submitted by the due date, if you let me know 8 hours before the deadline and just say, you know, write me an email, Dr. Piontek, may I please have an extension for whatever assignment, as long as it's within, you know, as long as it's before that 8-hour deadline, I will grant you an extension for that assignment. It's usually about a 1 or 2 day extension that I'll give you, and depending upon your circumstance. Now, I know there are certain circumstances, such as having a baby, or unfortunately being in a car accident, for example, that might take you a little longer. So we will talk about that. You'll email me and then let me know what the circumstance is, so that way then I can kind of gauge how many days of an extension that I can give you. I do want to let you know that because this course is only an 8-week course and every week pretty much has an assignment, it's very easy to get caught up into a trap where you have one assignment that has been given an extension and then you have another assignment that is due just 2 days later. So please keep that in mind, because I won't be giving you extension after extension. I grant the extensions on the basis of your current situation, and I try not to give too many extensions to within a course. So please use that leeway responsibly. So if you turn in an assignment and you have not reached out to me for an extension, you will receive a 10% grade deduction for each day that assignment is late. So please keep that in mind, plan ahead. It's always a good idea to plan ahead. You have a schedule for the entire 8 weeks. You have your textbook, so you can always do a little bit of working ahead. And most of these smaller assignments aren't, they're not too expensive, 1 or 2 pages. So you should be able to knock those out without any problems. Make sure that when you are creating your assignment that you're using a Word document format. So this will be saved in a .doc or a .docx, and you will upload that as an attachment in the assignment tab within the module. Please don't do anything like a rich text format or a notepad or anything like that, because Blackboard unfortunately will not open that up, and so I'm not able to grade your work. So please take that in consideration. The textbook that we will be using this year is a new edition. It's very similar to the prior edition, but I always like to use the most current and latest and greatest edition of the text. So we will be using the 2nd edition of the Kersey and Matusiak text. And I think you'll find this very informative, easy to read, very applicable to this course as well as to your practice as a nurse. Finally, of course, the APA 6th edition manual is a required text as well. So you will be writing your papers and your assignments using APA format. So please make sure that you have access to this manual, or you can either purchase it or borrow it from a friend. But when I do APA formatting grading, I will make specific page references to the APA manual. So please make sure that you are using this when you're constructing your papers. All right, so I think that pretty much covers that. So for the first week, we're going into Module 1. And so I have attached the rubric for the Veneral paper. This is the one that's due at the end of the course, but I just wanted you to see it because I want you to start thinking about your final paper. Again, we only have 8 weeks, and I don't want this to come and sneak up on you. So the rubric is here, as well as the discussion board rubric. So you're going to the discussion board, and you're going to post a Flipgrid video, 1 minute and 30 seconds long, no longer, please. Just introducing yourself to your classmates. And then you'll read chapters 1 and 2 of your text, complete discussion board number 1. So you'll be entering the discussion board 2 times, one to post an introduction of yourself, and then the other to complete discussion board number 1. And there is an assignment. You'll be doing the staircase self-assessment, and that is a reflection. It's found within your textbook. And if you go down here to the tab that says reflection, this is where you'll submit the assignment, and these are just instructions on how to create that reflective assignment. There's also a video here on cultural humility that I would like for you to view. So going into the discussion board, there's questions for instructor. Please post any questions that you have for me. Anything personal like grades, please email me those questions. This is where you will access Flipgrid, and if you need instructions on how to do that, please access that in the Start Here under the Flipgrid tutorial. And then discussion board number 1 is here. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I look forward to having a great semester with all of you. Thank you.